Hello and a very good evening on this Wednesday night. Welcome to the Hampton Netball Show. Great to have your company on this cold Wednesday evening. Now, the show brought to you by some of our great supporters, Powercore, McDonald's, Lindock Living and SunGold Fresh Local Milk, for our major supporters, amongst a host of other supporters. Trish Butters, as I welcome you. Cold, windy Wednesday night.
Absolutely, coat night for me.
And your coat night, you've tracked it up as well. But what a weekend, a big weekend in Hampton Netball. We had round 8 action on Saturday, association champs on Sunday. Yep. I reckon you would have had a nice little nightcap on Sunday night.
Oh, it was a big weekend, I must say, and yeah, cold weekend, but really successful for us as a league.
Yeah, can't wait to go through it and look at some of the results and so forth as well. Hey, we've got two very special guests, two young guns of the competition, and I'm looking forward to catching up. We're going to go to the Zoom firstly, and we're going to catch up with Camperdown's Lily Eldridge, who's been kind enough to join us. Lily, thanks for coming on the Netball Show tonight.
Hi guys, thanks for having me.
Hey, first and foremost, tell us a bit about the season to date for Lily Eldridge, how you've sort of seen yourself in the Camperdown side and how the side's been going in general.
Yeah, well, we've had a bit of a hard start to the season, like every other club, COVID, flu, injuries. And now on the weekend, Brooke Richardson has announced she's having a baby, so she'll no longer be playing with us, which is exciting for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've myself been sick for 2 rounds. Laura Burke, we missed her on the weekend. Yeah, so it has been hard, but we're tracking along okay. We're a really young side, and I think we're a bit of a dark horse. I think teams we're with teams for the first half of the game, and then we sort of just lapse out in that last half, which is something we can work on.
Tell us, Lily, a little bit about your history, where you've come from. You're new to our league.
Yeah, so I live in Alvey, which is just 10 minutes out of Colac. Yep. So I've always played at Alvey, which is just in a local league, and also playing down in VNL with the Geelong Cougars. So my partner plays at Camperdown, so I thought I'd make the move.
So obviously a big adjustment, I guess, from playing CDFL to Hampton League Netball. I guess, Hampton League Netball is pretty renowned and has been for a long time. How have you adjusted to the level of, and I guess the pace as well?
Fitness-wise, it was a bit hard at the start. It was a bit of a shock. But definitely I find myself playing much more consistent netball each week. CDFNL was a bit hit and miss. Some weeks you'd be winning by 80 goals, so it wasn't really consistent. But, yeah, definitely playing consistent netball now.
So what's your favourite position, Lily? I've heard you can play both ends of the court.
Yeah, I love goal defence. That's where I feel most natural. But definitely the last few years been playing in the attack end, but yeah, feel at home in the defence end.
So is that the position that Leah's been playing you mostly this year in the goal defence, Lily?
I was playing the first, I think, 3 rounds in attack, and then Brooke did her ankle 1 week, and I said, can I go down there? And she said, all right. I'd been sort of nagging her a little bit, so she gave me a go. So that was good, yeah. And
I'll tell you what, a pretty tough position in the Hampton League as well, because we've got you look at every side, their goal attack, their goal shooters. We've got a plethora of guns in the goal circle. So who's been some of the hardest opponents you've come up with against, or, some of the ones that's really sort of tested you?
Definitely Croix, obviously. And even on the weekend against Hamilton, I literally felt like the girls didn't miss. I think they might have only missed 2, to be honest. Every time I looked up for a rebound, the ball just went in. So, yeah, it is hard, but it's kind of a good challenge when you do get the intercepts and, the rewards pay off. I
see you got best on the court for Camperdown on the weekend, so you must have went okay.
Yeah. The last quarter, I sort of found a second wind and pushed through, but yeah, it's hard once the ball's in the ring in Hampton League. It's pretty much all you can do is hands over and hope for the best. But, yeah, it was good on the weekend.
Hey, Lily, I'm just looking at, and you spoke about just, playing for a half and probably just sort of fading out a little bit, 23 to 24 at half time. So is that the focus area probably going into the second half of the year? Because I guess looking at the ladder as well, you guys have 2 and 6, you're in 8th position. You're only 2 games out of the top 5. So finals are still well and truly in the conversation for you guys. So is that something that's going to be really keenly addressed in the second half to give you guys a bit of a shot?
Definitely, I think. I just think it's even not so much even our skill execution. It's more just the fitness level of us and just decision making, just silly things we're doing getting flustered in the last quarter when we're fatigued. So I think that'll be a main focus area for us in the next few weeks. I hope we hone in on that, because I think as a team, we actually have got a lot of talent and people sort of are riding us off, but I haven't yet.
It's great to have that positive mindset. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight, Lily. Really appreciate your time. It's great to see new people coming into our competition and really enjoying themselves, and it seems like you've been a really nice fit for the Camperdown Magpies. So the best of luck for the season, for the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Lily Eldridge from the Camperdown Magpies. I know you've heard a lot of complimentary things about Lily and the way she goes about it, so a nice one to have into the competition.
Yeah, certainly have. I saw the first round just towards the end. As she said, she played in goals, and I thought she played well in there. Listening to her that she prefers the defence, and I think she's gaining in strength in there, and I've heard lots of really good reports. So,
well, the North Warrnambool Eagles do take on Camperdown this week, so you'll have to have a bit of a look.
I'm not going this weekend.
What, you're having an RDO this weekend?
I'm having an RDO this weekend. So, I would like to have had a look, but, next time.
Absolutely.
Middle of the round this time, so I've got another chance.
Hey, we're going to go across the region to another side that's a young and up-and-coming side and doing some great things as well. And I speak of the Port Fairy Seagulls. We're going to catch up with Tessa Allen from Port Fairy, who's been kind enough to join us tonight. Tess, thanks for jumping on and having a chat.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Hey, it's been an interesting start to the year. I guess you guys, probably haven't had the win-loss start that you would have liked, but I think there's been some real positives coming out of the Seagulls camp. Obviously there's been some injuries, but just the youngsters are getting that game time has been really vital.
Yeah, definitely. We obviously haven't had the start to the season that we'd hoped for, being in terms of like where we sit on the ladder and stuff. But I think we've just all learnt to recognise that this year's more of a growth year for us, and we're just trying to improve and get more experience. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked last week on the show, Tess, about, setting little goals for yourselves along the way and winning quarters, and just looking down at the results. The first quarter, you were only 3 goals down, and next quarter you were 6, and then it just sort of blew out a bit after that. And I guess do you think that becomes with age or fitness, or what do you think the reasons for that might be?
We have definitely identified that we've had a few lapses during some of our games where it's just been maybe 5 minutes where we've gone into a bit of a hole, and instead of pushing through and encouraging each other, we've just kind of lost the game a bit from there, and the scoreboard's gone out a fair bit. So just trying to encourage each other and keep our heads up is probably what would help prevent that.
Yeah.
What I like about your side though too, Tess, is I don't think you're far away because you've got some experience in there. I look, Emily Forrest, Tara Elliott's played at the level for a few years now, and no doubt, probably being the number one shooter, or one of the number one shooters, she's probably getting that extra attention from some of the other key defenders. But Liv Courtley, had a really nice season last year. But then you've got, on the flip side, you've got those youngsters coming through. Poppy Myers has had an opportunity. So I don't think you're far away.
Yeah, no, we've definitely, in the goals, Em and Tara work so well together. And Renee said on the weekend, our defensive end, we're all in between the ages of 17 and 20. So we're all so young, and bringing up Poppy and Greta and stuff, it's been good to just give them some experience. And but definitely having Em and Tara and Alicia Maloney and Liv in the team definitely helps us ground ourselves a little bit more.
What is your favourite place to play, Tess? I know you're sort of more of a mid-quarter, is that correct?
Yeah, I love playing centre just so I can work with both the defenders and the shooters and attackers and stuff. Yeah, I like to be in the centre.
Cool.
And this weekend you've got the Hamilton Kangaroos. They've had a couple of good weeks, and I think you guys, as I said, I don't think you're far away from getting that first win. Seems like the group's still pretty united, and there's still a bit of air of confidence of what you guys can achieve. So a good opportunity this weekend for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I think the past 2 weeks where we played Croix and Warrnambool lifted our confidence a little bit in terms of just knowing that we are better than what we think we are, and we can kind of push through and not have those lapses where we fall into a hole, and just encourage each other. And it's been really positive within the group the past couple of weeks. So yeah, anything can happen.
And it is a big step up to open because it's a longer game. So you've gone from 12-minute quarters. Oh, no, they're all 12-minute quarters. You play 12.
We play 15, I think.
15. That's right. I was
Yeah.
about
Are
to
you
say
running
that.
the netball competition, Trish Butters?
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, I'm sure they play longer. But anyway, and I'm thinking, that sort of added on. I think that sometimes we're younger players, it falls away towards the end. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, in a way, yeah, definitely. The quarters, like that
Yeah.
3 minutes extra feels like a long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely need to take the breaks at halftime and quarter time.
Hey Tessa, before we let you go, I want to ask you about Poppy Myers. I've only heard positive thing about this youngster who's got enormous ability. She's a fantastic basketballer as well and is making a lot of these squads and so forth with basketball. And a lot of the time, a lot of good basketballers tend to be great netballers as well. What's her future look like on the netball court? Is she someone pretty exciting to watch?
Definitely, yeah. Poppy's great. She's probably like one of the fittest people I know. She's yeah, she loves her sport and she's just great to be around as a person as well. Very positive and encouraging and stuff. Yeah, she has a good future.
Tessa Allen, thank you for joining us on the Netball Show tonight. Really appreciate your time and hopefully the Seagulls can really click into gear in the second half of the season and give their supporters and the playing group something to really look forward to as you build into 2023. So thanks for coming on.
That's okay. Thank you.
Thanks,
Tessa Allen from the Port Fairy Seagulls. And I honestly believe, I don't think they're far away. You look, as you said, over the weekend, a really good first half, 26-20 against Warrnambool, who are a top 5 sides. If they can really build onto that, that second half of their game and so forth,
And
there's a lot to like about them.
And she talks about that defence being so young and they're up against Amy Wormold.
Now Mitchells, Annie Blackburn, Holly Phillips.
Players, so, they're going to get away from them. But, I think it's just that keeping with them and building on it. Yeah. Not getting down, I guess. That's the hard part when you're getting beaten.
That's right. It's keeping that positive mindset and so forth. Absolutely. Hey, we're going to go to the highlights of round 8, which was last weekend, a great round of matches. And the first game we're going to look at is the Cobden Bombers and the North Warrnambool Eagles. And the Eagles got the job done. What a win by the North Warrnambool Eagles. And, well, they were building after a great performance against the Roosters.
Yeah, absolutely. And the first half was goal for goal. And at half-time, there was nothing in it. They were drawn and just kept going. Third quarter was probably... a quarter of mistakes really from both teams. I guess that comes up with pressure. So North were down 3 goals and then they just put it together and really forced Cobden to make lots of errors. So in the last quarter to come home by so far, that was a really good win for them.
Warrnambool took on the Port Fairy Seagulls and the Warrnambool Blues got the job done there. Limited highlights, but that's okay. They had a nice win and played a nice game. Hamilton took on the Camperdown Magpies. And getting the job done there were the Hamilton Kangaroos, 55-41.
Yeah, high-scoring game. And, we talked about this, that we thought, Hamilton were on the improve. And with the inclusion of the Somerville sisters back, one in the centre and one up in defence, I think it is, that's been a big inclusion for them. It's made a huge difference.
Absolutely. And the Croix Saints taking on the Portland Tigers. And, wow, the Saints unbelievably strong in this one. 60-37. I didn't think the margin would be this great, but, we know when the Saints really dig their heels in, they're a hard team to beat.
Certainly flexed their muscles, didn't they? And, Nell back, 43, we said last week, back into the 43 goal mark. And she's hard to stop when she's doing that. But, good to see Belle Baker back in their best as well. They need, and Casey Barling, she would have been up against Jess Croix and kept her down to 15 goals. So
enormous effort.
Yeah, big effort for her.
Absolutely.
She's not that tall, Casey, but she plays tall.
Oh, she's smart. But she's just a good reader of play and a great hustles. I really like the way she hustles as well.
That's the correct team.
That's it. Absolutely. Hey, and that's why they're successful. That's why it works.
Exactly right.
Last game was South Warrnambool and Terang Mortlake, and the Roosters got the job done there. 49-31. Carly Watson named best on court. I'll tell you what, my prediction on feelings positive towards the end of the year. I think she'll feature. And Maddie Solly was named best on court for the Bloods. So we're going to have a look at the ladder after round 8. We've got the beautiful graphic here by the Fitz Media team. And, well, the Roosters doing it nicely on top, undefeated. Croix jumping into second place. Warrnambool in third, a game ahead of Cobden, who are in fourth. And North Warrnambool just inside the top 5 on 18 points. So that draw might be pretty pivotal come towards the back end of the year. The Tigers just out by half a game. The Bloods, the Magpies and the Kangaroos all on 2 wins apiece. And as we spoke with Tessa, the Seagulls haven't registered one, but I don't think they're far away. And hopefully we can get the Seagulls on the board for 2022. But gee, the Roosters, they're doing everything right, aren't they?
Yeah, they're looking pretty awesome at the moment. And I don't know whether Holly played. She wasn't mentioned in the goals. So, you know, they're just pretty formidable for everyone at the moment. They
are. Very, very good lineup. Hey, let's look at this weekend's round of matches. It is the long weekend, the Queen's Birthday long weekend, and it's going to kick off, well, the football kicks off on Friday night under lights of the Reed Oval, which is absolutely sensational. I know they were trying to get the netball going, but I don't know whether it got there in the end.
I'm disappointed it's not going because I really would like to have seen that Friday night.
Because I think, you know, we speak about innovation and so forth, and Croix always at the top of it. There's no doubt about it, but great for the footy. Geez, it would have been nice for the netball just to be that sidekick as well.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I think it'll be a big night up there Friday night.
Yep.
I think it'll probably be bitterly cold, but that won't change to Saturday. It will still be bitterly cold. But, yeah, I would have loved to have seen the netball. I would have certainly gone over there and had a really good look at that because it'll be an awesome game. Absolutely.
Well, who do you like in this one? Croix versus Warrnambool, second versus third?
Yeah, interesting game. It'll, well, you know, that 5, as we know, this is the middle of the round. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Could do a few changes there. Look, I think Croix have got too many trumps that they can bring up if they need to. You know, like as we kept saying, every year they've got those other players coming through, and seeing on Sunday the depth of their players that played in our association champ teams that are coming up and coming. Look out over the next few years, but they certainly, I think they will win.
Hey, and a little shout out to the absolute superstar from the Saints in Stacey O'Sullivan. Poor old Stace sustained an Achilles injury umpiring on Saturday, and you know that just shows you how much of an important person she is for not just Croix but the league with her umpiring and so forth. So we wish her a speedy recovery. Still made it to association champs on Sunday in the wheelchair. That is commitment to netball.
Absolutely.
I don't think it could be. It's unmatched. It is unmatched. So, Stace, we wish you all the very best with your recovery. Just a tip in this one: Port Fairy and Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Let's go North Warrnambool and Camperdown.
North.
Cobden, Terang, Mortlake. Should be not a bad encounter.
Yeah, I think Cobden will be wanting to win. A lot of mistakes to clean up, and I think they will.
And the Portland Tigers take on South Warrnambool.
This will be interesting, but I think South, you know. Portland
always seem to play a bit better at home.
They certainly do.
Yeah.
It's hard to travel over here. And they do it every second week, but it's just, I know, it's out of your normal routine or whatever it is. I'm not sure, but South will be hard to beat.
Yeah, and that is our Hampton League Live match of the day as well. So all the midday, well, it starts off at midday and all of our scores will be throughout the course of the afternoon as well. Now, before we sign off, Trish, we had Association Championships on Sunday. Great participation from all the different associations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Hampton, as we come accustomed to, did extremely well results-wise as well.
Very happy with the games on the weekend, and our 17 under team came out. Was in the final. It was Ballarat Netball Association against Hampton in all 3 finals. In the 17 under Hampden won, defeating Ballarat just by 1 goal, 14-13. Had to come from behind from half time. And look, best players over the day, I'd say for me, Millie Jennings was a bit of a standout for me.
Superstar.
Meg Carlin in goal shooter, big tall shooter they've got sitting in Div 1, Croix. That's why I talk about their depth.
Yeah.
And Mary Place from Camperdown played
lovely
great
player.
game. They had an injury early on, so really the 2 goalies played all day. So
the raps for Mary Place from Camperdown have been enormous this year. Like, has just accustomed herself to senior netball really beautifully, and has become a real pivotal player in their lineup.
She's a surprising player and an accurate shooter, which is what you've got to be. Our 15 and unders were defeated by Ballarat Netball Association 17-12. Got beaten by them in the earlier rounds as well, so very similar margin. But I thought best over that These are my opinion too, by the way, everybody.
Any complaints? Directed Trish Butters.
To me, dipping in and out. But one I kept saying, Molly McLaren, she just doesn't give up. And, you know, if a team needs to get over the line, she's trying her hardest. And the other one I was really impressed with was Ruby Darcy from Camperdown in defence.
Yep.
I hadn't seen much of her before. I thought she was a lovely defender. And in the 13 and the unders, they defeated Ballarat 28-11.
Wow.
They were amazing.
Must be the super coaches, Jenkins and Wall.
Yeah, that's it. And then they've got O'Connor and Bowman sitting on the other sideline as well. So, but I thought their best players, Indy O'Connor in goal attack, is
Lovely
a superstar.
player. Actually umpired her in girls football, school football last year, and pretty solid on the footy field as well.
Absolutely would be. Her height, I don't know.
Athleticism.
She's athletic.
Yeah.
And the other one I was really impressed with Rosie Bowman, who played in goal defence, which I'm not sure was her favourite position to play. Did a good job. She's not super tall. She's not as short as her mum, but she...
That's a little dig.
To be a defender...
That might be Mark's domain, because Bowie was a great defender for Croix and South Rovers.
He's got the height, so...
That's right.
But no, I thought she did a great job in there all day. So they are my plays that I saw in the bits. Jackie was stirring about not coming outside in the cold very often to watch them, but I did see a few games.
So all three go to the next level, which is Melbourne?
Or down to Melbourne on July the 24th.
Fantastic. And we'll have our senior side down there as well.
Yep.
Give us an update on what's happening there. I know we've got a coach.
We've got a coach. So we've appointed Will Jamieson as the coach of the Open. He's agreed to do that. So we're really pretty excited about that. So it'll be coming out to clubs over the next few days, actually. We would like clubs and coaches to nominate players for our Open team. Won't be tryouts as such. We want players who are available to come on July the 24th and are willing to come. We encourage those kids that are just out of 17 and unders who think, oh, no, I can't make the Open team, but yes, you can.
Yep.
Put your name up, and then a squad will be selected from those nominations, and then there'll be a couple of training runs prior to then. But yeah, we're pretty excited about taking an Open team. We haven't had that opportunity for 2 years now for them to go anywhere. The last one was the Interleague in Ballarat.
Yep.
They went up to there, so... Exciting.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, if we can get the best of the best playing, we will have some sort of lineup as well, because we've got we could actually probably take 2 or 3 teams and they'd be all very, very competitive because we've got so much quality in the league.
We probably could, but if you've got to think of it as under 17 teams, a lot of those girls are in Open.
That's right.
You're taking them out, but that's why I say, the kids that are just outside of that, your Holly Phillips.
Yeah, your 18, 19-year-olds.
Those kids, 18, 19, 20, Tess, all those girls missed out doing association champs last year and the year before.
Yep.
Definitely put your hand up. And, it's a great opportunity to go down. And Will asked me actually, is there any pathway for the Open team? And I'm not totally sure on that, but Murray seems to think the younger players, there could still be a chance of getting under 21s or something like that, because the last few years have been a bit of a write-off.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
Fantastic. So we'll have 4 teams, association champs, July 25th. Will Jamieson, Will Jamieson, the coach. Netball's in good hands, isn't it?
It is. Busy time for us.
Whilst you're having a RDO this weekend for Netball.
I'll have an RDO this weekend.
Hey, Trish, that just brings us to the end of the Netball show for another week. Great to have you in and just sharing all your thoughts and, recaps of the weekend. Absolutely. It's been fantastic. We thank Tessa for jumping on and Lily as well. It's great to have the support of the netball fraternity as well. Every time I text a player or whatever, can you come on and have a chat? They are always happy to share their time. So we're so appreciative of that, because we know people are time poor in this day and age. There's so much going on with sport and work and family and everything going on. So just everyone's support, we really do appreciate everyone that does jump on and have a chat with us. We want to promote netball, and we think we're doing a pretty good job. So a good chance to promote your club.
Yep.
One little one, if you do have any milestones and so forth, I know they slip through sometimes at the end of the week on club's Facebook page and stuff. Please give us a shout out. Find us on Facebook, or give us a phone call or an email or whatever it may be, so we can pump those up as well, because we want to celebrate the great things that are happening in the league with through clubs and so forth as well. So please share those milestones as well. Big thank you to our sponsors, Powercall, Lindock Living, McDonald's and SunGold Fresh Local Milk. Now I have forgotten the Miss Kit Player of the Week, and we're going to go to Croix, and one of their great defenders in Casey Barling has had another great week on the court. So Casey's going to be our Miss Kit MVP Player of the Week. and a gift voucher will be coming your way from Miss Kit. So plenty of services from Jodie and the team.
I think most clubs are coming up to club balls. So
yeah, absolutely. Jump in and go see Jodie and the team.
See Jodie.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Croix Street in Warrnambool, Miss Kit. So Casey Barling, you are our Miss Kit Player of the Week. So we thank Miss Kit for their support, Frolic Bar, QX3, Carter Group, as well as all of our majors, the Warrnambool Racing Club, the Warrnambool Football Club, Southwest TAFE, Lindock Living. There's so many like that. We're just so lucky and blessed that we've got so many great organisations jumping on board. Chittix Pies is another one that are wanting to support the football and netball in the Hampton Football Netball League. Alrighty, it's been a big show, plenty to get through. Looking forward to a big weekend. Friday night football, it starts. All of our netballs on Saturday. Queen's birthday weekend, so make sure you keep yourself nice and safe and look after each other. If you are travelling on the roads after football and netball, and we look forward to talking more netball next Wednesday night. Until then, we'll see you then.